Alright, I think we're ready to go. It's a little bit scary actually. Alright, this is a big moment. A lot of stuff has changed on my car. I'm not at a shop. Just little old Tim in his garage with not a lot of instructions. Pretty dangerous really. Right, we're on. I'm gonna give it a go. Did something. Oh, excuse me, Rolling Stones, we don't need you. Something worked. I don't have a lot of oil pressure. Alright, might try a little bit of throttle this time. Still don't have a lot of... Oh, shut up, Rolling Stones. Oh, it doesn't like my throttle position. Alright. Oh my god. Stop it. What does it even do? I don't even know. Turn off. There we go. Try it one more time. Alright, so the belt's working. That's going down. What am I missing? I'm getting a bit of smoke. Maybe I need a little bit of throttle. Although I tried that and it didn't work. I'm not getting any. No, we got one now. Trigger reference, that's pretty normal. Map sensor's working. Doesn't want to idle underneath $2,000 by the looks of that. What's that?
Have you seen the smoke blowing out the back?
What did you say? The smoke blowing out the back?
Do you want me to start it and show you?
Yep.
Can you see? Is there anything on the floor?
No. Oh, a little bit of moisture. I mean, it is raining, so.
Ready?
Yep. Got it to work.
It's a woman's touch. Oh, gentle. Can we rub it again?
Oh, it'll probably install. Righty guys, so after that failed attempt yesterday to try and start the car, I messaged a mate of mine who knows a lot more about this stuff than me, and he goes, "Did you change your map sensor settings?" No, I didn't. So I'm in here today trying to find the settings for the 2-bar map sensor that Harrop provided. So I've got a few different sort of Google results because I couldn't find the exact Delphi part number settings that were provided. But when I'm going through the Heltec examples. So that's a 3-bar map sensor. So we're at -14, which would be like full sort of vacuum at idle. 0 would be wide open throttle for a naturally aspirated car, and then you've got the boost. So 1 bar of boost would be 14.5 psi, and this is 30 psi, so it's obviously a 3-bar. So 1 bar being vacuum, 2 bars of positive pressure. So basically -14.5, if mine's a 2-bar, it should be 14.5 at the top end of the scale for the volt. So I've changed my settings to that, so 0 to 4.9, -14.5 to 14.5 psi, and I've uploaded those settings, and hopefully that makes all the difference. I'm going to give it another go now. I forgot to hit record on this. I'm going to do that again, pretend it never happened. You can hear me, but now that the engine's warm, there's less air going through the idle motor, so that throttle body's flying right down now. Gonna let the radiator heat up, push that coolant around. No leaks there. No leaks there, no leaks anywhere. Good. Fuel leak. No oil leak. Looks good. Fair bit of heat out of it straight away. That's good. All seems to be working well. So I'm just downloading that latest log so I can go back and make sure everything looked alright. Yeah, it actually ran. Super stoked. Absolutely stoked. I wish I had changed the map sensor settings last night. I don't know what I was thinking. I was just trying to start it. I thought it might have something to do with the new injectors and the fuel map needed to learn itself or get better or whatever. But yeah, it turns out it's just the map sensor. So feel like a bit of an idiot. As you can see, it revs fine. Sounds angry and like really quick to get to RPM and 2. Like it just wants to rev. So I gave the thermofan a cycle. It hit temp, turned on, pulled all the heat out really quickly and shut down. So that was good. It's all working like it should. Have to remeasure this belt. I don't know what I did wrong there. remeasure that so I can get one that comes under here. I'm going to tidy up all the wiring now that I know she works. We did a leak check, there was no leaks. I don't know if you could hear me talking before. I have to reinstall the catch can hoses, and I have to reinstall the catch can itself actually. Yeah, I got to, that's the vacuum for the aircon and the transmission, so I got to, that'll probably go onto one of these down there. I'm so stoked, it sounds so good. Not as loud as you'd expect, I guess, being the newer design. I think the HTV blowers are a bit noisy with the drive on the back. I just want to take it for a drive. Honestly, I could take it for a drive, except the bonnet won't fit. I'm gonna keep chipping away at that part of it, and then take the bonnet off to cut it. And who knows, maybe when the bonnet's off we go for a sneaky drive. So I just remembered, I'm just connecting to my dash, because I just remembered I did make a new one for boost. So I was going to use, normally I just use the single screen there. I was going to go with the double screen, but I made a little special edition for, I just called it boost. Let's load that bad boy up. So I've got RPM, speed. So now we've got RPM on the left and boost. It's obviously an exaggerated boost. You wouldn't really want to see it on a massive dial like that, but because I'm just excited and I want to keep an eye on it when I first take it for a drive, I want to know exactly what it's doing. So I don't know if it's going to make any difference now, but we'll have a look. So I was actually making 5 psi boost then, so obviously just giving the throttle a stab in neutral. So yeah, interesting to see what that does when we actually take it for a drive. The other thing I did is got a belt that fit. So when I was measuring out with a string line the other day, what I think happened is there's a gap, a groove between the rib pulley for all the drives and for the aircon. And I think the rope actually slipped into there, which was a smaller diameter, so I ended up with the wrong result. But yeah, I ended up getting a 2380, and that fits pretty good on the correct line for the tensioner there. I don't think I've actually run it with this belt on yet, but yeah, you can obviously see there's more belt wrap there. You've got like 275 degrees of belt wrap. This is about a 2 or 3 mil gap there, so see how that goes under load. Yeah, pretty happy with that. Avoided having a big pulley hanging off the side here that's just there to look ugly. So yeah, pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with the throttle body. Looks a lot better than those other cheap ones, and I didn't have to go drive by wire and have something big hanging off here, which would get in the road of this bottle. So overall, it's looking pretty good. I've got to tie up the wiring and sort out this vacuum hose for the auto. That's got to come down to here. Rightio, wiring's done. Tried to tuck all the injector loom in as tight as I could. What else we got? Oh, the vacuum hose being connected. It's running near the throttle body, under there, up over there, and into the transmission. Yeah, brake booster hose into there. Tuck that throttle position sensor back up into there so that doesn't hit, and then that side there, and install the catch can and plumb those back up. So she's all ready to go. Just got to get this bad boy out of the road. So this being for the first drive and giving it a few belts, and this actually came off while we were just cruising. It wasn't even under any load, so I just put my backup belt on, and we're going to try and see where it's walking. Right, we've just been for a drive. We did do a belt right at the beginning, and that was when we had the proper alignment through here. Past this one, yeah, this looked like it had skipped a rib this way, and then this one was sort of hanging off, and it just tore up that outside rib. So not sure why it wanted to walk that way. Possibly the alignment of this isn't exactly in line with that, so I might have to try and measure that somehow. But once we put this belt on, which was the original 2350 that we had, it was fine. We did a heap of pulls and runs, and I even set the GoPro up, which you've probably seen already, and this doesn't seem to walk at all. So it is a long belt distance, a long path without any pulleys, and I think it does sort of flop around a little bit at idle, but yeah, making 7 psi, 7.5. Yeah, but I mean, overall, no oil leaks, no fuel leaks, everything seems to be staying in the pipes. Coolant is fine. Yeah, so power wise, makes all the right noises. We had the ignition tuning set very conservative, so I've just got the laptop out now having a look at the logs. But yeah, we snuck it. I think we started at 12 ignition timing in the boost sort of section, and we came up to 18, I believe, and yeah, no knock or anything, so happy to push that further. One thing I did forget when we were driving down the road, I still only had one fuel pump in, so I've got the twin fuel pump surge tank. It's only got the 255 in it, and yeah, it looked like the fuel pressure was holding fine, so that fuel system with the reg in the engine bay didn't see any fuel pressure drop off. So I'll probably put the 460 back in there, so just run a single 460, and hopefully that works for this sort of power level. It's only pulling 7 psi, so the cam that's in it might be letting that down a bit, like not being as high as it should. Yeah, it's just going to go over the logs, do all the knock revision. The fuel radiator was performing well. It seemed to be kicking in and taking the temps out pretty good. Yeah, so I'll just review everything and start sneaking that ignition timing back up. But the fuel table looked really good, the guesstimated fuel table that we got. But yeah, just going through all the short-term fuel trims and seeing how that all went down. So yeah, overall pretty happy. It definitely makes more power than it had, which is good. It was sort of walking around on the road in the higher gears. We didn't even really bother in the lower gears because it was just spinning. So yeah, it got a surprising amount of waves from passers-by. Might have had something to do with the fact that I didn't have a bonnet on and there was a supercharger hanging off the top. But yeah, you can see the bonnet there. Have to get working on that. Then we can drive around anywhere we want to.